everyone to Black Ice Moto. My name is Vito, and today I have in front of me my 2020 Indian Chieftain, which is my pride and joy. And today we're going to even make it a little bit better with this whole huge pile of boxes that are right behind me here today. And I've got a whole bunch of parts that I'm going to be installing as a little bit of a build series as part of this channel. So I'm going to slowly be putting on some of the parts you see here. Some of them I'm keeping a little bit of a secret, but with the size of the boxes, you might be able to get an idea. But today, I want to at least show off one part, do one video today, and do maybe a little bit of a review of how it feels and how it looks on the bike, and just maybe get an opinion about what you think of what it looks like. So today, we're going to start off by putting on the Indian Motorcycles Select toe pegs. Now, this will actually go on both the shifter peg and also your brake peg. So I have two of these, and I'm going to show you how to put these on today. So let's get to it, and let's put these bad boys on.
So before we put our parts onto my Chieftain today, I just want to give you a little bit of an up-close look on what these parts look like, what's going to be involved, and also do a little bit of an unboxing about what these parts will look like when you take them out of the box. So I've already kind of taken a peek with this one, so we're just going to put this one off to the side here. Okay, and then we're going to show off this guy. So this, when you purchase it from your dealership, which these are OEM Polaris / Indian parts, this is the part number. Now there is going to be a different model number for the silver, but I got the black one here, and that's going to be the part number for this guy here. So let's crack this guy open. Got my knife here. Okay, and this is what this is going to look like here. Just like that. It's going to be in a plastic bag. Don't want to cut myself here. That would be a bad deal. Okay. So yes, now that it's out of the bag, that's what it's going to look like on the shelf. And you got a little sleeve here, so take this guy off, throw that over there. And it's a very simple, easy part to install. And it's a very straightforward little thing. It's not that big. It's maybe about a couple inches wide. And one of the reasons why I got this guy here is because, one, I like the decorative look at it. It's going to dress up the bike just a little bit, get a little bit of a nicer look. And it's actually a little bit longer than the stock toe peg and everything else like that. So I wanted to do that because, especially for the brake peg on these bikes here, I find it's a little bit short. And I want to have a nice positive feel when using the rear brake on this bike. So this is what it looks like here. Just going to take it out, and it also is wrapped. So let's take that guy out here. Oh my God. Okay, give me a second, guys. Just gotta get the knife. I don't want to scratch this. There we go. So yes, so this is what it's going to look like. Now it's going to have a through hole, and your bolt, there will be an Allen here. Now I don't remember what Allen that is, but I will show you in a bit. And that's what it looks like, and it's got the Indian logo engraved right on the end of the peg, and it looks really nice and slick. So let's get this on the bike, let's get ourselves set up, and I'll show you what tools you're going to need to help yourself take out the old ones and to get this bad boy installed. There you go. So these are the tools you're going to need. First, we're going to start off with some channel lock or some locking pliers. Okay, specifically a deep Allen set, something like this, because you're going to have to go actually further into your pegs like that. Okay, that guy there. A rag, because we're going to be taking out the old ones, and we're going to need to use this to clamp down, and we don't want to scratch or mar up the old pegs, even though they're rubber. Sockets, a ratchet to go with your Allen sockets there, and a little bit of Loctite. So let's take this, bring it to the bike, and get ourselves all set up. So here we are at the bike, and we're actually on the right side of the motorcycle, and we are on the rear brake. This one is going to be a little bit easier to see because the way the bike leans over, and we got some better lighting here. So let's get started. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to get an old rag. You don't have to get something as dirty as I have right here, but what we want to do is just cover the actual peg itself. Okay, and then we're going to get our channel lock and just want to pinch it. So just be careful. We're going to stay away from any of the painted shiny parts here, and we're just going to clamp down. Okay, and we're going to loosen this up if we can. We don't want to dig too deep into the rubber here. So let's try that again. I was kind of struggling with getting this guy off, and from what I understand, you're supposed to just clamp it down with a pair of pliers or vice grips and just twist it off. But unfortunately, the rubber is just twisting off the peg itself, so it's really not wanting to come off. So what I was figuring is to get a bit of heat. Now, I don't want a lot of heat here, because then the actual paint will start discoloring and start to burn. So I'm just thinking good old-fashioned hair dryer, and just heat this up just enough, just so that we can clamp it down and maybe loosen some of the Loctite that's actually in here from the factory. So let's get that going. So let's get the hair dryer going and just get this heated up just a little bit. All we want is this on low heat, so low fan speed, but high heat. Now, a hair dryer is going to be a lot cooler, or the temperature is going to be a lot less compared to a heat gun, where, in my opinion, I don't think we should be using a heat gun here. And we also want to mind the surrounding areas, like the fender and the brake master cylinder as well. Okay, let's give that a shot from there. I don't think it's going to come out, but we'll give it a shot. We still want to cover up the areas so we don't scratch or hurt anything. And obviously we want to turn to the left to loosen up what we got here. Do we get it? Yes. So there you go. Just a little bit of heat, nothing too crazy. And we didn't have to damage it or cut it. I've seen some people have to cut these. I do eventually want to reuse these in the future, if I ever do want to change back, just for any personal preferences. So yeah, you can see red Loctite, which is usually the strongest form of Loctite you can use. So heating this up is a must. Let's get the new peg in, and it will be a 6mm Allen key, and that's what we're going to use there. Now, like I said before, I want to potentially put on different pegs, or the rubber ones back on. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of blue Loctite, so some medium strength stuff. And I love this stuff because this is a gel. It stays put wherever you want it. And all you need is just a little bit. Just a little bit right at the beginning. And just going to fish our 6mm Allen right there. And we're just going to get a little bit of that Loctite in there first. Just so we can get all the threads coated properly. Okay, there we go. So now, because the writing the way it is, you've got Indian motorcycles here. You got the word Indian on top, sorry, and then motorcycle on the bottom. So I'm going to put Indian on the top. It is your personal preference. Just try to keep that straight as much as possible. Now, I don't know of any torque spec, but I would only guess maybe about 20 to 25 foot-pounds. So if you ever do an oil change on your car or on your bike, just snug. So we're just going to grab this guy here and just give a little bit of a turn like that, and that's it. Now, like I said, we don't want to go too tight on this. The Loctite's going to do its job keeping everything nice and firm, because to get an Allen bolt out of here so deep into the peg, it's going to be hell. So it's not like you can go get a bolt extractor or a nut extractor and just try to get this out. So just enough to get it tight and to get that on. So let's go to the other side and do the same thing. So just like on the other side, we just heat that up for about 2 or 3 minutes. Just keep the nozzle of the hair dryer rotating so we don't keep it in one spot. And just remember to turn to the left. So left will be that way to the front of the bike on the left side. Okay. Make sure you get a firm grip and just and go. There it is. Boom. What a little bit of heat will do to help you out. So yes, just a little bit of heat. Don't have to cut it. Don't have to do anything. You can salvage these. Maybe sell them if you want to. Make some of your money back. Somebody wants to bring their bike back to stock. And that's it. Like that. And like again, always put a little bit of Loctite. We do not want to lose our pegs while we're riding down the road. So fish that in first. Okay. Make sure you put your Allen in first, just to keep the bolt in nice and firm, just so you can apply your Loctite just a little bit. And just apply it like that. Sorry if you're a little bit out of frame. And that's it. So once you got it in like that, just hold the back there. Start turning it into, there we go. So just before it goes all the way down, just make sure you have your peg straight with the lettering in the direction that you want. Okay. Remember, this is snug. The Loctite is here to hold it in, not to go crazy and to strip out the bolt head. Like that. And that's it. That looks good. I like it. Okay. There it is, guys. We'll do a little bit of a walk around, or show you what the pegs look like on the bike out in the sunlight. And yeah, there we go.